A reason why it's not showing me? Hold on. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who've been watching the channel so far notice I do a bunch of videos about Dragonlance, both the live campaign of it and, of course, I've also been doing lore videos talking about the history and little details about the world. For anyone who isn't aware, Wizards of the Coast, the creators of Dungeons and Dragons, the gaming system we've been using, and the owners of the copyrights to Dragonlance have released a new version of the Open Gaming License. The Open Gaming License is a document that was created 20 some years ago saying, okay, if you want to create your own content for Dungeons and Dragons, you can do that. You can even sell it. You can make money off of it. Recently, they've decided they don't agree with that anymore. And there's a whole bunch of draconian things where arguably saying that they can use your content without crediting you, that they can do all kinds of things I don't agree with. And I'm going to do this a different way because I don't know why it's not showing my video, and it should be. Huh. Okay, maybe I'll just do the next video a different way. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about this change and what it means for the channel. Now, some of you may look at this and go, you're a tiny little channel. I, at the moment, have 3 subscribers. Why do you care? And it's a fair question. This isn't going to affect me. It's not going to affect this channel. I am so piddly small, it's never going to be an issue. But there is a question of how I feel about the decision to do this to people. Not to do this to much bigger creators like Paizo Publishing, the people who do the Pathfinder game, or to the folks that do Critical Role, Global Press, and all these other groups that are potentially going to be going to be harmed and going to lose money and have to open their stuff out to Wizards of the Coast. I don't agree with this decision. And as a person who at least makes the effort to be ethical, I've made the decision, and I've talked this over with my other players, to end my Dragonlance content on this channel. We will no longer be talking. I will no longer be doing Dungeons and Dragons lore videos. I will no longer be doing a playthrough of the Dragonlance campaign. If you like D&D and you don't take issue with what they're doing, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging any of the channels out there that continue to do D&D content. I am saying for my part, I've decided to take myself in a new direction. So what am I going to do instead? I'm not deleting the channel. Hopefully some of you, the 4 subscribers I have, like what we're doing. I'm taking things in a little bit of a different direction. Because here's the thing. Dungeons and Dragons is the first role-playing game. It's the most famous role-playing game. It's not the only role-playing game in the world. There are a lot of other role-playing games. They're as good, if not better. So the next video I'm going to do immediately after this one is going to be my list of some of of my favorite non-Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games. All things that are currently on the market, so you can go buy them. I am going to delve into the lore of some of my favorite RPGs instead of Dungeons and Dragons Dragonlance. Tied into that. And I am still going to do a playthrough of role-playing game, but I'm going with another game, which is Dragonlance is one of my favorite D&D settings. Always has been, it will remain so. D&D is not my favorite role-playing game. I'm going to take you into maybe not one of my top favorites, but an RPG I'm extremely fond of. Starting tomorrow night, in fact, we're going to do session 0 of this game. It's called Blades in the Dark. For those of you who aren't familiar with Blades in the Dark, I'll talk more about it in my other games other than Dungeons and Dragons video, but let me just give you the elevator pitch for why this campaign is so cool, and I hope you'll stick with us. Blades in the Dark takes place in a post-apocalyptic steampunk fantasy setting. It is an city that runs on electricity in a world of endless night that is haunted by ghosts and other things. And who are our player characters in this setting? Are they daring clerics casting out the demons? Paladins smiting evil? No. 850 years before the game began, this was a world of heroes. It's not a world of heroes anymore. It's a world of thieves, of assassins, smugglers. In Blades of the Dark, you're running your own criminal empire from the ground up. That's the campaign that we're going to be doing. It's a lot of fun. Check out the next video for some more details. I hope you'll stick with us. And if you're new to the channel, Mazel tov. Welcome to this, and ignore everything else I just said about TSR. It doesn't really relate to you. Like I said, I, in good conscience, cannot continue to run a Dungeons and Dragons YouTube channel. So I'm going to roll in a role-playing game channel in general and run another one of my favorite games. Stay tuned, and may your 20s always be natural.